Does that feel like 2 points dropped for Newcastle? Probably. It really does, to be honest. When you think of it, before the game, I would have absolutely snapped your hand off for a point away to Villa on the opening game of the season. But when you take things into account, the way we dominated that match, the way Aston Villa went down to 10 men, it's just a bit of a shame that we didn't come away with 3 points. But welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm in the local pub here. Well, it's not local to me, to be fair, but it's local to some of the lads here in Aston. And so pick up the wallpaper, pick up the local background and everything here. There we go. There it is. As we didn't get down to Birmingham today, but we did get up to Ashton to watch the match. And we watched it closely, keenly, and it was good to have the Premier League back. Of course, it was even last night to watch the Liverpool game. But today to see Newcastle back was fantastic. And we had a fantastic start of the game. I mean, I was actually surprised at how well it went. Now, after I've seen the starting lineups, I was confident. I put a tweet out saying 2-1 Newcastle, Elanga to score. If you've seen the videos the last couple of days and the live podcast on Wednesday, I predicted a 1-1 draw. Well, it was a draw in the end, but it was a goalless one. And it was it was a really good start by Newcastle. Exciting, entertaining, Elanga, a threat, a danger, but not quite delivering with those end products, but causing Aston Villa and Matty Cash a lot of problems, even though I think they did defend well. And Newcastle, that open half an hour, 8 shots, was it? 6 shots, something like that? 6 or 8 shots, 1 of the 2, 60% possession, 0 shots, I can guarantee you that one, of Aston Villa in the first half. Absolutely bossing it. Newcastle were dominating. Newcastle looked like the home side. We're flying. Anthony, we'll get at that later with Konza sending off, but Elanga's one-on-one, early doors, it's like, if you put that in the back of the net, it just changes everything. If he scores that, Elanga, one-on-one in the opening few minutes, you think if he can get that past Bissot or whatever their second-string goalkeeper is called, you think, this is going to be a day, this. And it might have made the game, more exciting in terms of Aston Villa going for it, because they were poor the day. Villa were bad. Villa were a lot worse than I expected. And that's what I mean. When I seen that starting lineup, I thought, we've got a better team here. And people were replying to me about the bench and stuff. I think our bench was still all right. Murphy came off the bench. Asula came off the bench. Parker's did a really good pre-season. Chow was in there. Chow obviously on the bench as well, just signed. Villa have got a really good starting 11, but with the future of Watkins in doubt, with no Emi Martinez in goal, I think Newcastle just kind of capitalised on that, really, and just didn't find the back of the net. We did everything but find the back of the net today. And that's why it does kind of feel like a 2 points drop for me. Don't get us wrong. A point away to Villa is always going to be a good result in my eyes. We're unbeaten. There we go. Started the season off well. You got Liverpool next to home. That's a big game. I don't think we'll lose that. After seeing Liverpool last night and how open they are, I think that's going to be a thrilling game. And as Anthony Gordon has just said, I've just watched the post-match stuff there on TNT Sports. Anthony Gordon saying it's going to be a wild atmosphere with everything that's gone on. That's his exact words. And he was asked about the Isak situation, which we'll inevitably have to talk about. Because if we had Isak today, would have won the game. Maybe not. We got battered off them last year, Mad Isak. In terms of having a striker, though, if we even had Wissa down the middle, maybe it would have been a bit more productive and dangerous in the final third. Because as Anthony Gordon said in his post-match interview there as well, they were just lacking a bit of a threat, lacking that bit of clinical accuracy in the final third. In and around the box, Gordon said we were sloppy. But he did say that it has affected the group. The Isak situation has affected the group. It has affected the players. But today shows that they are still united and shows what we are still capable of. And it did. I was really impressed. I thought the defence was solid today. I thought Trippier was brilliant. When he was dropping in that middle of the park and breaking up play. Dan Burns, solid, apart from the bit where he got in the bloody way of Fabian Shaw. When he got in the way of the set-piece routine, he got right in the way of it. That was annoying. Tonali running things in midfield, very good. Joelinton getting stuck in, got a yellow, got subbed late on. Bruno, I thought, was poor, though, and I've seen a lot of people messaging me about this. Bruno, our captain, probably our best player in pre-season, one of our most consistent performers, wasn't very good. Just wasn't happening for him today in terms of getting a hold of things, getting the ball under his feet, distributing the passes, wasn't quite at the races. Gordon was a threat. I'm backing Anthony Gordon to have a big season this year. I think with the World Cup coming up, he's going to perform. He's got the headband on. Anthony St. Maximin, he's got the headband on. He's on it this season. I'm telling you, he's going to have a big one. like 2 years ago. He's going to have a big season. Elanga, great debut. Great, is it a stretch? Very good debut. You know, solid, dangerous, nipping past players. Probably should have got a yellow earlier from Dinya. And he was a threat, but the end product needs a bit of work. And like I said, that 1-on-1 early doors, if he puts that in, it's like, you know, it changes things. It gives their second choice keeper a bit of a blunder, maybe a bit of something to think about, and it gives us a boost, and we're going to win that game more. But I just think if he scores that, it changes things a lot. And yeah, that's great. I'm not even sure you what's happening beyond the camera there with Geordie Ric Flair, but he's over there. Brilliant. But yeah, Elanga, he was good, but he just needs to work on the final touches. He needs to work on his end product. But we need that striker down the middle to work with, to be honest with you. And speaking of that, obviously, no Isak today. He's got symptoms of being a greedy bastard. And that was the chant from Newcastle fans at the end of the game. There's only one greedy bastard. That was the chant towards Alexander Isak. There's only one greedy bastard. And he deserves that. Listen, if he's there today, we probably win. And listen, he's refusing to play for this club that is paying him £6 million a year. £6 million a year. And he's refusing to play for us. Speaks all that you need to know, really, doesn't it? That he's not there today. If he wants his move to Liverpool, you can try and get your move to Liverpool. There's 3 weeks left of the window. But you don't need to refuse to play. You should be representing this badge. You should be representing these fans that have cheered you on for years now. So that is an absolute disgrace that he's not there. And we're hearing after the game, he will be receiving a club record fine. The biggest fine that Newcastle have ever given to a player. So I don't know if it's his full wages or whatever it is. Either way, it's going to be huge amounts that Isak's getting fined for not turning up to work today, not doing his bloody job. He should be there. He should be at Villa Park. And he should be helping out his teammates that have helped him out for the past few years. So it's a disgrace on his behalf that he's not there. It's him and not having that striker threat that has cost us. Geordie Ric Flair is joining us for a rare appearance. Woo! You still wooing after that draw? Still happy with the draw?
Win the league, baby.
Win the league. That's Geordie Ric's big prediction.
Win the league. Easy work, baby.
We could have done with Wissa the day, to be fair. We could have done with Wissa. Could have done with any striker. I'll tell you what, Asula came on and looked pretty good. And you know what? Asula maybe not should have came on earlier. I was going to say Wissa there, but yeah, I was right. Asula should have probably came on earlier. That's the only thing with Eddie Howe I'll pick at to finish the video, is that when you're down to 10 men, Konza got sent off with about 25-30 minutes to go. Clear foul on Anthony Gordon. Something we can look forward to is the link-up play between Anthony and Anthony. We haven't quite got triple A batteries. We've just got the double A. We've got Anthony and Anthony, missing the Alex. But having the Anthony and Anthony link-up on the counter, that pace is going to cause a lot of defences problems. And it did right there. And Gordon was through. Konza pulls him. It's a clear red card. I've got Konza on my bloody fantasy team as well. I'm not sure if I started him though. But yeah, Konza got the red, got sent off, deservedly so. And then Newcastle have got, what, 25 minutes? Half an hour? To try and find a winner, try and get a goal, try and get 3 points. And I'm in agreement with people here in the pub. Like, you got to go for it a bit more for me, Eddie. You know, he brings the Asula on, he brings Jacob Murphy on for Anthony Elanga, but these subs should have happened sooner. They really should have, because you've got to go for it a bit more. Why are you still playing 4 at the back? Aston Villa have got no intention of getting the ball and going forward. They are going to sit back entirely for the remainder of the game. So if you take a defender off, even maybe a midfielder, do something, go a bit more attacking, bring Murphy and Asula on earlier, bring bloody Park on, who had a very good pre-season. I don't know, just try something. Be adventurous, because we never looked like really scoring after that half-time break, even after the 10 men. We huffed and puffed. Harvey Barnes came close. The crosses were in and came close. But we never threatened their second-choice goalkeeper enough for me, which is a shame. But listen, we start the season unbeaten. I do think it's 2 points dropped. I do think it's an opportunity missed to get a win at Villa Park in a bad Aston Villa side that never really got going today, and then especially against 10 men. But before the game, as I said in the preview and stuff, a draw, I'll snap your hand off for it. I'll take that all day long, and we'll move on to what will be a crazy atmosphere in that Liverpool game. The first game back at home in the new season in just over a week's time. Monday Night Football. That'll be an exciting one. Newcastle start the season with a goalless draw. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel TV and enjoy yourself.